not leave this person here.
Were you asking both of us or just Glim?
I was asking Glimvel, but I would
Okay.
like to know you as well if you had a differing opinion. It is unfortunate to hear that. But I suppose being able to take them to the next place that we are going is enough for now. Lucy, what do you think?
And Lucy will grab her axe, like just you see her tightening her grip on it, and she'll stand there and she'll look towards the cart and then look over both of your faces. And she'll turn her back like towards so she's facing the cart and she'll just say, I would slit someone's throat if I thought they were a threat to our group. And I'll just walk towards the cart.
I think may have found the middle ground between the two of us. If something happens, then there's no reason to trust them, and we will act as needed. But until then,
Again, Durst, I don't care about them. I don't care about that part of it. I care that it happened. I care what that means, not only for us, but for the world, for my family.
you consider us your family.
No, my family, the House of White. Durst.
What it means is that what it means is that the things that are holding the dragons back has been slightly weakened, as it is whenever some sort of improper magic use is done, usually draconic, but temporal has been a matter of some debate. It is possible that nothing has happened, aside from the swapping of this Ashii for another. But what it means for the world is another dig into the wall that keeps us safe. And it also means that one of my friends has betrayed my trust in a way that I cannot forgive. But she's dead now.
You're not worried that this will do the same thing?
I can't really be worried about something that's already happened. The ring is here now, and I will be destroying it at the earliest convenience. In fact, Rich, is there any way that I can figure out how to just annihilate this right here? Like, for example, dispel magic, or...
Lucy, was that your truth-telling ring, or was that...
That is my truth telling ring.
Okay.
That I believe fake
the other one
Ashii
is...
is wearing her ring.
The other one dissipated after its, magic was used.
Got it.
Oh, that was mine.
Yeah,
It was a one-time.
Cool, I'm gonna break it, because we shouldn't have this, but okay.
Sure.
Yeah, we don't need people in our heads knowing our thoughts or anything.
Heaven forbid.
It's very meta. Okay, got it.
Yeah,
Anyway.
you don't even know how meta that is. But I'm gonna say if you want to just like straight up destroy it, yeah, it'll take damage like any object. So.
Probably just melt its ring made of silver.
Oh yeah, it is silver. So.
I don't
Throw it
think
into the fire right into Pirzon.
I'm essentially just going to... I don't know how hot I can make fire that I conjure. I'm guessing not blast furnace temperature. Unless I can burn a fireball on this. I don't have fireball. Damn it.
So wait. What do you want to do?
I just want to melt the ring. I want to destroy it. So people were saying like I could heat it up.
I need you to do a... First of all, an Arcana check.
Okay.
Very angry.
Also, I didn't mean for that to be like a funny thing, but like, well, and
That
she's
was
dead now. Like,
brutal.
that's-
That was the brutal honesty I love from Durst.
This is
Well,
like,
she's
you
fucking
knew I
dead.
had that ring outside.
You
16.
knew I had it.
Okay, 16. Interesting. And I'm gonna want a strength check.
Oh, let me tell you what. That's not a problem. I don't think. Please don't be a problem. Holy shit.
I pretend to cast
17.
guidance.
Okay. So, your willingness to destroy this, you take it inside of your large gauntleted hand and cast the produce flame within it with enough arcane finesse to hold it within the glove, and so that there's nothing that escapes, to collapse the heat as much as possible to nullify the ring in terms of blast furnace type heat.
Just let it fall to the ground.
Yeah, so there's just like a trickle of like silver that just hits the ground and sizzles inside the ring.
If I was smart, I would do that to the cat.
There isn't the cat
Oh.
anymore.
The cat is actually the cat is actually a familiar now, made of moss. Still okay with this?
There's a picture of it. It's the
I
moss
need-
kitten.
I'm gonna need to examine the cat, apparently, because that's my job now, and that's fine.
It tried to examine me and I kicked it and it disappeared.
Yeah, he killed my cat. That was the first thing he did, was kill my
That
familiar.
was the first thing, yeah.
That's it's pretty glim. It's pretty glim of you. Love that. All right. What Lucy said, I believe, is wisdom. You keep an eye on her. If there's any problems, I feel as though you will not hesitate to act, nor should you. For now, we should go to the next town and try to make sure this is all taken care of.
So yeah, Lucy, you're walking towards the cart with your axe out after saying, like, you'd kill a fool that stepped to us. Like, how's the vibe you got going there? Are you casual with your axe, or what's happening?
Rich, are you literally doing a vibe check right now?
I just want to know how you're interacting with the world around you, as a DM should.
If you stand next to me, you can feel the anger off of me. I'm angry. I am upset that this even happened. This is not the person we're traveling with. I don't know her. She doesn't know me. She claims to know some figment like that Lucy can't even comprehend that exists in some other plane that only Duris knows about, like, that can speak of, because it's
Okay.
far beyond Lucy's, like, reach of whatever. So her axe in hand, ready to, like, if the wrong person stood next to her, like, she would accidentally stab somebody.
Okay.
Accidentally, lol.
Axe.
Hey, that's pretty good. Are you gonna channel this anger in any way, or are you just gonna let it kind of simmer? Because
Can I, what's around me? Can I do an insight or something? Can I get a lay of the land here?
yeah, there's like some kind of like trees and whatnot. I remember Glim did like a sort of look about for things. There was some there was basically there's like a flat plane that you guys are on, and it kind of like it dips a little bit, sort of like down towards another sort of like large field where there's like a copse of trees down there. There's the path back from where you're going. You can still see the slight. What's up?
Is the dip on the way to the cart? Like, or do I
No, it's
need
on the
to, like,
other
turn?
side of the road.
There's bunnies? The bunnies are still there? Wasn't there a rabbit or
well,
something?
You'd assume they'd be around. Glim spotted them, but you know.
I want to cast Eldritch Blast at, like, a tree.
Sure.
as I'm walking.
I was convinced that was gonna be a bunny for a second.
Mhm.
It
Oh,
almost
gnomish.
was a bunny, but
My poor gnomish bunnies.
Yeah, I know. I gnome. Ha.
Just Lucy getting ready to like set off the events of Watership Down. Just we're ready for this.
Yeah, I've got the black rabbit on
He
hand.
shatters the wagon just out of spite.
But yeah, so you like walk up and like you almost like reflexively don't even have to like move, and there's just this blast that fires off of you with like the same kind of like black chill ice that flies off, connects with a tree. There's like a kind of hollow cracking noise, and like it felt good.
Doris' head like snaps towards the noise and kind of sees that after that happened, it's kind of like, "You all right?" She waved. She waved. That means she's fine. Good. Okay.
Yeah. With all that happening, do you look at Jesse or Ashii, or are you just kind of focused on your own thing, Lucy?
as I'm casting or
No, I
post?
just like
Just wearing the tree.
after that, because I imagine you. Yeah.
I don't want to get I don't get super close to the cart. I mean, I wasn't riding in it this
Yeah,
whole
you were
time
walking
anyway.
beside the whole time. Yeah.
So I'm like still in the middle because the fake Ashii is in the back and Jesse's in the front. So I'll be like sort of in the middle.
Yeah.
And not looking at either one of them. Like I'm
Okay.
looking straight ahead, and then occasionally we'll glance over to see where Glim and Durist are and if they're coming.
Okay. Cool. Sounds good. After the Eldritch Blast, I imagine like Jesse's like 1 foot out of the cart just to be like, what the fuck's happening? And whatnot, and then like slowly steps back in as it says, sees that like, you know, you've chilled out, as it were. Or at least aren't posing an more active threat. Because Lucy is always a threat. Cool. What's happening with Glim after all this?
She'll kind of smirk, and just clap Durst on the shoulder and say, "It's going to be a fun few days of travel." And as she stands up, she unclips the whip from her bag and just tosses it to the ground, and then heads over to Lucy and joins her.
This whip was from where?
Was from
Ashii,
Ashii
before
that
we
she
left.
got from the weird cat cart. It's all above board in terms of like dragon magic.
No.
It's not. Yeah, it was just a gift that I gave
It's
everybody.
made
Gifts.
of-
narratively interesting.
It's made, I believe, of sea.
Eel.
It's like eel leather.
It was the moray eel whip, and it has a moray eel head on top of it.
I'm going to pick it up.
All right.
+1 to moray eel whip. Chekhov's moray eel whip. Don't you worry about
I
that.
cannot wait. Durst is slowly just becoming Indiana Jones.
How dare you? Oh god, I grade papers on my free time.
Yeah, you grade papers on your free times and you go into dungeons to make sure that it doesn't get into the wrong hands.
We just need to get you a hat.
I don't want a hat, I want a stupid hat. Oh! How dare all of you? I am a professor and Henry Jones Jr. He is a terrible... You should not be teaching students. Connecting. Alright, +1 to moray eel whip.
Okay. I guess everyone gets inside the cart pretty well. Still having some.
So we just
scenarios that are happening.
Doris is going to turn over to Ashii. So, out of curiosity, you didn't really speak much on it, but are there actually other tourists, other Lucy's, other Glimvales from where you came from?
Yeah, you're all from where I come from. I'm just sitting here petting my cat, like
Yeah,
out of like just terrified.
you
just holding the
see
cat.
this cat. It looks like a kind of bundle of moss and like leaves for the most part of its body, and then it's sort of like the specifics of it are like all kind of like moss sort of pushed in at different sort of like elevations, and like not elevations, but like it's all formed together by moss and whatnot, and has little like twig legs and stuff, and looks very much like, actually, would you know about leshies? Anyways. It reminds you of druidic stuff, if anything.
Got it. I am familiar with some druidics, and suppose more like tempest domains and weather magic, but I would recognize it.
We'll also remember that Stratovesk is kinda close to the Feywoods. It's not too far away. So it's not like those things are totally out of like are alien in terms of that. So
Got it.
I reach out my hand and almost go to cast a spell in front of you, but pause. Do you want me to dry you off?
Me?
Yeah.
Am I wet?
you were
You're
just
in the
out
rain.
talking in the rain.
Oh. No, I'm all right, thank you. I prefer the rain. It's nice every now and again.
Alright.
Reminds us that the world is also able to feel things. I like that.
I don't dislike the rain. I just don't usually like sitting in the wagons wet, smelling of leather that's wet. But if that's comfortable for you.
I never asked this of the previous Ashii, but are your feathers not waterproof? Does they not slide off like a duck?
It's not that I'm not waterproof. My clothes are not very
Oh,
waterproof.
I suppose that's fair. That seems like a silly question now.
Although, from what I was told, your previous Ashii dyed her feathers. I don't think she much liked the rain.
That would make sense. I feel as though I would be less upset by the rain if I was naked at all times.
I think hypothermia is a problem with that, depending on the weather.
Maybe for humans, not me.
Oh, that's fair.
That's bullshit.
No, fuck you. Durst will literally be ripped to y'all, but I'm built different.
Yeah,
from
yeah,
the
exactly.
north.
I'm too smart and buff to get hypothermia. Okay.
To be fair, there's also
Ashii
the
buys
least
it.
intelligent thing.
Like, all right, cool. I just learned a thing about doors.
Yeah.
Don't get hypothermia.
Yeah. Just literally
Now we've
nothing.
guaranteed Rich is gonna give Durst hypothermia.
Absolutely. And then Glim's gonna be totally immune.
God damn it.
I'm gonna be like a duck. Like I just have like that whatever layer that like lets you get wet and not have issue.
yeah.
Not only is that, but like you can also like Donald Duck your clothing too, or just like just a shirt.
That is
I have
true.
I have prestidigitation. I don't have to worry about it. I just have to get out of the water.
No, see that's the thing though, because the Donald Duck style also makes sense. Because like if it's just a shirt that gets wet, that's fine.
Yeah.
Shirts get wet.
Whatever.
This
Pants getting
Ashii
wet,
is like she's
What
so
is he,
just to,
Dave? Can you move around on legs?
just to redescribe, like Ashii, this Ashii has like fancy jewelry. Her feathers, like the edges are gilded in gold on her arms. And then
Which
she's
which is sensible.
yeah, well she's flourish is more
Got it.
so than.
What do you
Cool.
want?
So the cart begins to move with a little kind of like jolt and whatever, and you begin to begin to keep going, all baby. You travel along in kind of like the early morning kind of mist for the rain and whatnot, and you kind of notice that's like, again, the elevation is becoming very obvious and kind of like plain to you that it's like this was this is one hell of a valley, and yeah, eventually you come to a kind of like pass that seems like it's been kind of like dug into a particular ridge, like a particular sort of like hill. It's been kind of like dug out to like make it for like easier travel and whatnot. That has some trees and whatnot, and there's actually roll me perception checks. Actually, who has the highest base percep not base perception, passive.
Passive.
That's the word.
I have
14?
7. I have 17 natural.
Okay.
Or it was 17 passive.
Cool.
No. Passive perception's 18.
That's awesome.
My passive investigation was 17. Sorry.
Of course. Okay. As you're kind of going up, you see that there's some people, like specifically anyone who rolls. Okay, who has a passive perception above an 11? It should be everyone, I think.
Yes.
Every who?
You don't?
I don't.
What?
No.
Okay. Okay, so all right. So then
Child.
Trixie, what's your fucking passive perception?
10.
What?
Yeah. Oh,
9.
9. Awesome. Awesome.
I don't know anything.
No,
except
no,
how to
I-
kill people. That's it.
like 10 is like you technically have eyes. Like that's the base. Like
No,
okay, yeah.
She's like far near and bifocals.
it's hard.
Like I'm in my own lane. Like whatever y'all are dealing with, like
Yeah,
I'm unbothered. I am focused. I am flourishing. My crops are watered.
I imagine that it's the idea that like the constant presence of like this other entity in Lucy's head is mildly distracting. So you're not fully aware of the world at all times, but you're pretty aware.
Oh god, it's like that scene from like Everything Everywhere All at Once, where it's like the one brain, like each section is always kind of half focusing on kill your friends. No, wait, what were we talking about? Yeah, sure, that fine,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, kind of like that, except for it's like, you know, be the vengeance for the world. And you're like, I don't know what that means, Mom. You're
Wreck
like-
bloody vengeance for nature, Lucy. Wait, hold on, I can do it. I have a better thing for this.
Oh, good. Okay, so while that's occurring, Lucy, you see just some trees out in the front. You're probably still kind of like being like, this isn't the real Ashii. This is a lie. Why are they lying to me? And who? Okay, and that's the same idea with Glimpse. So then, how high is your passive perception? Oh, good. You've got a prop. So how high is your passive perception, Durst?
Well, fucking look at me. I thought you were coming. I tried a sentence and then
did.
I just gave up. It's 14.
It's 14. Okay, cool.
14.
You see there's two armed and armored men in the trees, seemingly kind of chatting with each other, noting that you guys are coming.
They're just sitting in the tree.
They're like by the road, kind of like a little ways, like a little bit off, but like not that far off. Enough that it's like if you weren't noticing, you wouldn't see them. But like they seem
Do
very.
they? Oh yeah.
They
in
seem
the tree, like up in the tree,
no,
or
on the
like
ground, on the ground, on the
Which-
ground.
in the tree.
which-
Okay.
What were you saying about them?
I was saying they seem very casual about the whole scenario.
Do they seem like bandits? Do they seem like they're just like ruffians, or do they feel like
Insight check.
guardsmen? Okay. You know my insight sucks, but
Uh,
okay.
Ashii, however, you see
13.
13. You get the sense that they're too casual to be bandits. Like, but you can't think of other reasons for why people would be out in the woods randomly like this and armored.
No one's vibes are this chill. I
Yeah.
don't like-
I pointed out to Jesse.
Oh yeah, Jesse. Jesse's like, oh, that's not good. Because what you actually see, Ashii, is you see there's a lot more people in the woods other than just them. You see most of them equipped with like. I'm gonna say they're like equipped with like various sort of like axes and stuff, and there's like 2 of them that actually have bows on them too. So you're like, this is a pretty well, established sort of group, and they're on both sides of the woods.
Duris is gonna call out on the cart. Hello there.
How far away are we?
I'm gonna say that you guys are. I'll give you like 40 feet.
Okay, so he's close enough to actually be heard.
Yeah.
Any news from the town ahead?
You see the one of the ones that you were like interacting with kind of gives a nod and then like walks out into there and being like, "You're heading up to Tao Yan's post, right? It's next town up."
Right.
Yeah, there's a lot happening up there.
Oh, what news? We are just coming from the other areas. We haven't been around in the town for a while, actually. We've been on a job.
Oh yeah?
What is going on?
Oh, there's kind of barricaded in. Seemingly getting starved out by some traders, by some trade organization.
It's horrible. My goodness, who's been starving out an entire town?
I mean, gotta make a point of it, right? Because, like...
No, I mean, of course, but still, it's absolute heartlessness.
Well, I mean, dragon cultists are more heartless, right?
What about dragon cultists did you say for that?
Well, they're refusing the Church of Ash to come into the town, right? Which means they have to have dragon cultists there.
The suspected activity. If that is the case, we actually may have an interest in this place too. We've actually worked with the Church of Ashii at other locations, actually far in the north about different disturbances such as this.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, if you actually have any information, we would appreciate it very much. We actually spoke to the head of the church. What was the name? Does anyone remember what the name of the first place we were in was?
I mean, only thing that's over that way is...
Chenwu?
Shenwu, thank you very much, Bimbel.
Let me see if this guy actually even knows that place. Never heard of it.
I cast message to why can't I say your name right now? Ben. I cast message to Ben. Doris. There we go.
Don't. Yeah. That's why I have my name on the thing.
And I remind you that we were told that the
You weren't
Church of
there.
the Church of Ash. This whole everything was simultaneous in both realities.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure which was a yes, which was a no, because it seemed like there were some variations, so I didn't know if it
Yeah,
would
for the
be-
most part, the story stuff.
All the story
be the same.
narrative points, all exactly the same. They just came out with different wording.